Hi everyone, welcome to Fat to Thin Senior RNY. I'm Raven. I was 76 years old when I had gastric bypass surgery on December 16, 2019. Last month I talked about weight gain, exercise, and intermittent fasting. In this vlog I'll be talking about gastroparesis and versus dumping syndrome. If you're curious, please continue to watch and join me on this journey. So I was in pain, and somewhere in a dream, in between waking and sitting up and clutching my back and that kind of stuff, I asked myself, what's the opposite of dumping syndrome? Because I didn't know what the heck was going on. I don't remember anyone ever talking about the opposite of dumping syndrome. It's intensely painful. I think more painful than the dumping syndrome, to tell you the honest truth. Gastroparesis is a syndrome characterized by delayed gastric emptying. Mainly, you're blocked up big time. Usually there's some kind of obstruction or something. You feel full before you've actually really eaten. You're not really interested in food. You have your stomach feels full. You sometimes have nausea and vomiting, just like with dumping syndrome. As basically, you become impacted, okay? I went to the doctor on Monday because of the severe back pain. At this point, I didn't know what it was. I really didn't. I thought this is what it was, but I wasn't sure. She gave me yet another stool softener. Well, I had been taking stool softeners. I take it on a regular basis. I took laxatives for 5 days in a row and nothing happened until I took magnesium citrate. What I didn't realize was that I was dehydrated. I had been doing intermittent fasting with an app called Fastic, F as in Frank, ASTIC, which was very good. Except that intermittent fasting stopped working for me after about 3 weeks, maybe a month. But the thing about that software was that it had a thing to keep track of your water. So I went over to another app called Water Tracker. That's all it does, is track your water. And I knew that I was drinking at least 8 glasses of water, but this is crazy with what's going on with my bod here, because I don't think that 8 is enough for me. I had been drinking, as I said, between 8, actually more than 8 to 10 glasses of liquid a day. That included soup and, but things started kicking in when I realized that I was dehydrated, and I just drank water until I figured somebody would tell me to stop. So I ended up drinking 15 glasses of water in one day, and everything started working again, and the back pain went away, and well, it mostly went away. There's something going on with me and my kidneys or whatever. I don't know, but 8 glasses of water is not enough. This is the 4th time I've had severe dehydration. So when I'm tracking water, I now track more than 10 glasses in a day. And I track it. I do. I absolutely track it. Because this is terrible. It's just a horrible way to go. It's painful. And knowing that I'm drinking so much water, I mean, the recommended is 8, or twice your weight or whatever, how many cups, Anyhow, I know they recommend 8. They think that 10 is a lot. but 15, 12 to 15 seems to be what it is my body is looking for. And I realize that I'm drinking a lot of water. So I've started supplementing with electrolytes because, they can kill you too. you know, this is amazing, this body. This gastroparesis thing doesn't seem to be chronic with me. Although I've never been a person that was very regular in that I went every day like some people I know. Maybe it is chronic, who knows? Maybe I've been all these years, I've been dehydrated, Anyway, I use dumping syndrome to let me know that what my body will and will not tolerate. For instance, dense meats. I can't eat a hamburger. I can no ground beef at all, or very, very, very little. Hamburgers will send me out of the room immediately. Chicken breast I can't seem to eat, although I can eat popcorn chicken and chicken tenders. I don't know. Maybe it's because it's such a small amount, And I think the pork, I had spare ribs, is what sent me on this current journey of compactness. It was very painful. Very, very painful. In my lower right back, really hurt to the point where the skin hurt too, I can't eat fish. I can eat processed meats like bologna. Come on, you'd think. Anyway, I cannot eat fresh vegetables, raw fresh vegetables at all. But I can eat them cooked, which is okay. So basically, I'm mostly down to things like soup and fish, soft foods, and that seems to be where my body likes to be. So, hey, cake is soft, right? This gastroparesis was severe. I thought maybe it was a kidney stone or some kind of kidney damage. Or maybe I had a UTI infection or something, although I didn't have a fever. At the same time, I stopped taking Prilosec. I found out that you're not supposed to take it for more than 14 weeks, and I've been on it for 2.5 years. Nobody said you were not supposed to do that. In fact, they haven't even done long-term testing to find out what happens to the body for anybody on it as long as I was, because I'm off of it as of today. I thought the pain was from weightlifting. I thought I lifted weights and I did something to my back. Well, I had just started a program for women over 70 strength training. I enjoyed it, actually. It was only lifting 2 pounds, but, if you don't have the right form and that kind of stuff, you can really screw it up, which I thought I did. At the same time, on the very same day, I went to test the bed in my cargo trailer. I thought it was too hard. I remembered after a while that I got into the bed and I was already in pain, and I thought, oh yeah, this will help me. Going to bed will get rid of this back pain. My bed, I think, is too soft, my home bed, and I think the cargo trailer bed is too hard. On the same night, as I said, I ate pork ribs. It could have been a case of just the perfect storm. I stopped taking pills. I'm laying in this bed that's different. Did weights, dehydrated, the whole deal. The perfect storm, So right now, I gotta say that the back pain is pretty much gone. Not completely gone. I had it for about a week and a half. And so I think that, there's some residual pain there. But as I said, I stopped taking the Prilosec, so now my stomach hurts. And I'm so tired of hurting. It's just ridiculous. The thing about Prilosec is that, as I said, I found out that there hasn't been any long-term studies on Prilosec. It's recommended you take it only for 14 days. My surgeon, when he gave that prescription to me, never said that to me. And he kept renewing the prescription. It's been 2.5 years and he keeps renewing it. Nobody questioned it, why am I still on this thing that's supposed to be only 14 days, anything like that. And then I find out that the body gets addicted to it. And the body stops doing its job because you're supplementing it with a chemical that it likes, It's amazing. I guess because I cut out parts of my body that I shouldn't expect it to do what it was made to do without those parts. You know what I mean? I cut out my stomach. I cut out my intestine. Well, I allowed them to cut it out. Basically, I cut it out. But the thing that seems to be really working now, that I finally found it, is chamomile and ginger tea. It's actually working surprisingly well. It's pretty much stopped the gastric pain, and it's calming my stomach and my gut. So that's what I'm drinking now. I don't have any regrets for doing the surgery, except that I had to do the surgery. I wish I could have lost that weight without the surgery. But 25 years of trying didn't work. Well, it did work, actually. I lost 45 pounds and kept it off. But I still had another 100 pounds plus pounds to go. And at that rate, I didn't have another 50 years just to get in shape so that I could go out and do something. So I had the surgery. It did some wonderful things for me. First of all, I lost 100 plus pounds. The diabetes went away. The sugar cravings went away. The constant thinking about food all day long went away. And I'm getting in shape. And I have enough energy, wherewithal, whatever, to actually feel good, get in shape. I'm at the point now where I'm not using any walking sticks or canes or crutches or wheelchairs or any kind of assistance at all to move around, which is unbelievable because years ago I owned a wheelchair because I was so fat. So anyway, I don't really have any regrets. I would do it again, to tell you the truth. I would do the surgery again. Even with the dumping syndrome, even with the gastroparesis, even with the pain, with everything that's been going on for the last 3 years almost, I would do it again. Okay? The Rowley report. Oh. The Rowley report. Rowley was sick again while I was sick. It's the third time since we've been back from the WRTR at Quartzsite. We went camping for 12 days. He's had diarrhea and vomiting, in between those 3 bouts, he has been fine. The whole time he's willing to eat. He doesn't have a fever. He's not acting out of sorts. He just all of a sudden starts throwing up. Otherwise, So anyways, I took him to the vet tech, and she said that it just might be a change in the weather. It was a sudden change from from cold, ice cold to hot, and back again, who knows. She said maybe it's a change in the food or something. I didn't change any food. I didn't change any brands, so I didn't know. Anyway, I decided to cook his food from now on because, I don't know what's in those cans, and it's cheaper. Actually, I finally figured it out, that it's cheaper to make his food than it is to buy the canned dog food. And also, canned dog food is becoming hard to come by, especially if you're using the pate. If you're using the dog food with gravy in it, you can get it anywhere. But the can of solid dog food, you can't get. or you can get, but it's getting to be pricey and it's getting to be difficult. So I've been feeding it to him for now about 3 days. He hasn't thrown up. His stool has returned to normal. He is very interested in dinner. Absolutely interested in dinner. I kept saying that he is very difficult to train because he is not food motivated except for maybe cheese. No, the stuff must have tasted like shit because he didn't want to eat it. But being as how he didn't have a choice, you know. Anyway, that's what's going on with Rowley. He's okay today. I'm okay today. And that's that. So, follow the rest of my life weekly on Fridays at 5 p.m. Pacific Time on RV Adventures with Raven and Rowley on YouTube. The link is below. Thank you for watching and listening, and thanks for taking that extra step and subscribing. See you Friday, April 1st, 2022. Take care of you and yours, and blessed be.